Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick a card reading for who wants to be your not so secret Santa. This is a timeless reading, even though the objects that I'll be placing here are very kind of Christmassy themed, and I'm recording this going into December. But we can have Christmas in July, and we always set the intentions with these readings to get the messages that you need to hear. So with that intention, it makes it timeless, and we'll get the messages around your not so secret Santa, around the person who has a crush on you and who'd like to start a relationship with you is basically the euphemism for that not so secret Santa. With that being said, if you, that's hilarious, I'm hearing naughty little minx. If you're a naughty little minx and you have more than one possible crush, pick as many as you'd like. If you get into it though and it's like, nah, that doesn't sound like my person at all, or I don't know anybody who's like that, that's fine. Use your discernment. You're using your discernment here and your intuition to pick the pile, the card, the object. And when you get into the reading, you are using your discernment and your intuition to make sure that the situation of that the cards are bringing up matches your situation, so that you have valid information going forward. So I'm going to place objects, and like I said, they are kind of Christmassy themed. For group number one, we have cookies. I wouldn't eat these cookies, but because they're old, but at one point they were edible, and they are actually cookies. So group number one, we have the Christmas tree cookie. You can also just have already picked off the deck if you like that and go straight to your pile. I'm good with that too, however you'd like to choose. Group number two, so the cookie associated with group number two is Santa Claus. For group number three, the cookie associated with number three, we have a reindeer with a red nose. And for group number four, somebody who wants to give you gifts, we have a present. So if you're still not sure which group is for you, you can do a breathing exercise for me. And again, remember, once you get into the group, you can choose, that's not for me, pick another, or move on, whatever you want to do. It's all up to you. It's all about your discernment and exercising your intuition. So this exercise I'm talking about is to close your eyes with me, take a comfortable seat, take a deep breath in, and release. Okay, be here in the moment, set the intention that we get the messages we need to receive. Take another deep breath in, and release. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you at your reading. Hi group one, and welcome to your reading about who wants to be your not so secret Santa. So this is our cookie, our tree cookie. You don't have to have a tree to watch this reading, but just first card, who has a crush on you? I'm sorry, I don't know when my camera cut out, but Temperance came out. So the answer is somebody who is very kind of even keel. They're probably quieter. They're not going to be the loudest person in the room. They're not going to be the loudest voice. I would say they are probably somebody who is an introvert. They're more in touch with their feelings. They would seem very balanced. They seem like they have a very like a work-life balance and a home-life balance. If you're viewing them from, like, if somebody you work with, then they have like activities and things that they do outside of work. If there's somebody that on a personal level, then you see them as somebody who's very like serious about their work. They can be in touch with their feelings. They may be pretty guarded about their feelings. They may not share that with everybody. They might stand out to you as somebody that you respect, They're not going to be, like I said, the person who is like champing at the bit to yell out what they think about any situation, but there's somebody who you would go to for advice, because I think they're somebody who seems wise beyond their years. It just, Temperance is a card about balance. It's about an even keel. It's also a card about kind of being connected to spirit. So there might be something spiritual about them. They might seem religious to you, or maybe they attend some functions that have like Christian mingle or something like that have a kind of spiritual connotation to it. It doesn't have to be Christian. It doesn't matter what religion you are or they are. It's just that they're involved, they're tapped in spiritually. They have a spiritual practice. They might meditate. They might do something like Tai Chi. There's like this Renaissance quality. If you heard the term Renaissance man, this is somebody who is like equally athletic and intelligent. Like they just seem like a very well-rounded person. And how will they act around you? So that how will your person who has a crush on you, how will they act around you? They're going to be very flattering of you. We get the Lovers. You're gonna get like this warm and fuzzy feeling. They may not be completely direct, just because we have like the Temperance here. They might be kind of feeling you out, but if you're getting like this energy from them where you're like, are they just like that nice to everybody, or is there just something specific about me? You're definitely going to pick up some clues about it. I don't think that they're going to be totally overt, but certainly they're going to maybe show some favoritism to you. They're going to, if it's like a work situation and they're on one level and you're on another level, they're going to always treat you like you're on their level. Or maybe, you're a barista or something and they come in and they're your client. They're always going to treat you with respect. Because Lovers is like this give and take, this about, two people working together and being on the same level. So if there is some sort of like inequity in your age or experience or financial level, you're not going to get that feeling from them. They're always going to be very approachable, very open, and they may go out of their way to do nice and kind things to you and for you. They're going to say nice things to you. They're going to compliment you. And because Lovers is also a card of communication. It's ruled by Gemini. So I feel like this is definitely somebody who talks to you. There's somebody, if like it's an online thing, maybe they're always in your comments. They're always telling you, nice things about what's going on. They are genuinely open to you, and even if you like are in a relationship or they're in a there's that open communication with you, that flow. There's a really good flow here, and I feel like live their life with that kind of flow. So it's not going to be like they're not going to force things. Whatever will be, que sera, sera, is what I'm kind of getting from them. There's somebody who I think would wait for you, would be willing to, if you're like in a relationship right now and they have this crush on you, you're always in the back of their mind. What will they do about it? So what will they do about, comes right out. Okay, the Devil. So even though I know what they would like to do about it, they would really like to be attached to you. And I think that they are making their feelings known to you in a very diplomatic way, very adult kind of way, a very straightforward kind of way. I think they're a straightforward kind of person. However, I do feel like they definitely have, like the devil here. I don't see that as a bad thing, as to what will they do about it. I see this as a, they want to approach you. They want, especially with all of these really great cards so far. When we have a devil in a relationship like this, surrounded by other really good cards, it just, they want that attachment, like they crave you in a very positive way. They their mind, I think they think dirty thoughts about you. So and they would like to express that and tell you about it. How will you recognize them? I think you will just outright recognize them. The world, cosmos. So I think there's just like a lot of open possibilities here. Look at all of these major arcana cards too. Like, I shuffled this really well, and obviously I shuffle as we go through. And for major arcana cards to pop out like this, I'm getting a feeling like this could be like a very significant person, very significant relationship for you. When we get the World card, World's kind of indicate an ending. And I'm picking up for some of you where you're in a relationship, if that ends, like this person is here. They're here for you as you're going through, transitions in life, as things are going up and down. Like, this is a person who would listen to what's going on, and they're here because they have these feelings for you. They have deep feelings, and that's up to you how you want to, like, if you're recognizing this person. I know there's some of you who are like, I just don't like them in that way. They're in the friend zone. And there's others of you who are like, oh, I've just been so concentrated on these other things going on in my life, and they're just kind of like this I don't want to say a background person, but they're just always there, that you didn't realize that this could be something more. And what should you do about it? What should you do about this? Since this wants to come out. 8 of emotions. So emotions is cups. Okay, so this is a walk. This is you. The 8 of Cups comes out before the wish card, and that's getting anything and everything that you could wish for. And the 8 is being not satisfied in their current situation and going to what they wish for. So for some of you who are not in this relationship with this person and who are not satisfied with where they are, if you aren't satisfied in your current relationship and you've been thinking about walking away, that's what this 8 of emotions is. It's thinking about walking away. It's interesting how we have like the repeated circles here, because it's almost like there's a hole where you are right now, and this person over here is like, I could give you the world. In fact, I'm hearing that. What is that from? Aladdin? Yeah, that's interesting. That's coming up. So I almost feel like you have to move out of your current situation to really enjoy this not so secret Santa, to really enjoy this crush, this person who has some very strong feelings about you. And again, since this is a general reading, like, there are some of you who didn't even realize this person, but if the person that comes up in your mind as I am talking about this. So everybody is going to come in here with like a little bit different scenario. Some of you are in a relationship, you have this person, they have feelings about you, you're not happy where you are. It's almost like they're the band-aid to your bad situation because they're here for you no matter what, and you know that they're here for you, and it's like a safety net. And then you continue on a path of like, we're not completely fulfilled just because they're like injecting their energy into it to help you through it because they care about you so much. So it's almost like it's a counterproductive situation for them, but they just, have such Like they love you so much and they're so interested in you that they want you to be happy no matter what, even if it's not with them. They would prefer that it's with them. And it's so if you find yourself in a bad situation and you've been thinking about walking away, like the 8 of emotions, that is the sign to do it. The sign of like, we've got a big hole here, an empty hole, and a hole in your heart, and you need to walk across the desert for water to find, you know, the earth. This person wants to give you their world. They want to give you everything. It almost is kind of a better situation too for you, because then you appreciate this over here. Because this, you know, sometimes we just have to, we think we know what we want and we go after it, or it's exciting or whatever, and we're just young and stupid, and now we're growing up a little bit, and it's like, hey, this is what I want. I want this person who is very respectful for me, but what is that song like? Oh gosh, it's popping into my head. I don't know if it's Usher, who it's like a lady on the street, but a freak in the bed. Okay. But yeah, like, and behind closed doors, not in a bad way, but in a very seductive and sensual way. And then what are the romantic possibilities? And we get the three of inspiration here. Inspiration is, I love this card. Inspiration is our passion. Inspiration is like, oh, because like we have this journey here that we're going on and we feel so lonely, and then all of a sudden we get some purpose to it, and we get purpose to it with other people. Threes is usually deals with other people. 3 of Cups, we have friendships. 3 of Swords, it's a breakup. So we have that element of somebody else. And then inspiration, this is where you put in plans to take on and conquer the world. So what you should, you know, the romantic possibilities here are, I love like the dominoes here kind of going out. Because I feel like the romantic possibilities in this are almost endless. Like this has a good potential for somebody to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. I think I mentioned before that, look at all these major arcana cards here. This is a major energy. This is a major person who, you know, lovers. You know, we want to see the lovers in a love type reading like this. It is about 2 people. It is about a relationship. It is, this person wants to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. And maybe I'm just like getting this seductiveness, this very naughty nature off of this devil, but like in the best possible way. You might need to come up with a safe word with this person if you pursue it. So it's definitely, we have a journey ahead of you, because I don't think that you're with them currently, and I think that they're kind of viewing you, I wouldn't say from afar. They're pretty close to you and viewing you, and they just like, oh, they're so frustrated because they want to give you everything that you deserve, and they just maybe see you dating idiots after idiots, and they're like, but I'm over here. I'm over here. And you might need to say something to them. You might have to like ignite it, because I think that they drop hints, or maybe at one point they asked you out, and you, again, I feel like there might be another person involved, like a third party where you were involved with somebody at one point. But with the 8 of emotions, I feel like you're walking away from that, and they're like, I will give you everything here. So that's what I have for you, group 1. It looks like this could be fun. So I hope that you have a great day. Thanks so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 2. So those of you who chose the Santa cookie, you're in the right spot. Or maybe you just like this particular deck. It's a fun deck, so I could see you picking this because of the deck. Who wants to be your not so secret Santa, and who has a crush on you? And we come out with Justice. Very interesting, because it was a different card for group 1, but same kind of feel here with the balance of the scales. So your person, though, with Justice, they might actually work in, they might be a police officer or a lawyer or work in the justice system. If they don't have a job like that, they might have an idea, or there might be this is also attached to Libra, so they might have they might be a Libra, or just have a very a sense of right and wrong. They might be involved in politics. They might be like somebody who would get involved in campaigns for, like, they find out that, you know, an injustice happened on the internet, so then they'll go and sign petitions, or they may get involved in that way. Somebody who feels like they're very involved in their community. It definitely has a sense of right and wrong. It might be because of some sort of religious connotations. So there might be somebody who is very, you know, the sense of right and wrong, because they point back to the Bible, or, you know, a religious text that they live by. So we get Justice. How will they act around you? So how will this person who wants to be your not so secret Santa act around you? And we get the Ten of Pentacles. So this is interesting. Ten of Pentacles is, I feel like this is somebody you interact with in person, because Pentacles is all about like down to earth and being where the others are, like passion and thinking, the other suits and emotions. This is something that you can touch, taste, and feel. So I feel like this is somebody that you know in life, in real life, that they talk to you, that there's an element of stability here. They might act like act like they have a lot of money, or family money. They probably pay for things for you, and that's nice. They seem like somebody who would pay for everything. Somebody who they might be like an entrepreneur type, who wants to create like they're looking for a partner, but not just a life partner, like somebody to work with and create generational wealth, not only for you, but their children. I think that they're thinking about, they're thinking long-term. Like, this is a big picture, long-term type thinker who is, who they think they're the right pick for you. They think that they're perfect for you and that you're perfect for them. I think they would use the term soulmate. Not so much twin flame, but soulmate. And what will they do about it? Right away, wow, Two of Cups. This is probably the number one card that we would want to see come out in a love reading, the Two of Cups. So again, I was talking about that partnership, that they want to see eye to eye with you. I love this idea here of exchanging ideas. They want to give you their heart. I feel like there's somebody who isn't, it definitely is not so secret of a Santa here. They do have, wow, okay, I'll tell you what this one is in a second. They do have this vision of the future, and you are within it, with them, and they want you there with them. And then so this is what will they do about it, and this is how will you recognize them. And we get the Six of Pentacles again with the Pentacles is money, the exchange of energy. Let's see a lot of exchange of energy here. Usually with the Six of Pentacles, we see more than one person on this card. So there's a lot of cards here that there's we see couples, we see togetherness, we see you know, it's not you out here alone, and very supported. So they, you recognize them because they support you. They want to support you financially, and if they're not doing that right now, they are supporting you with any, in your endeavors, so energetically in any way that they can. This kind of give and forth, this ebb and flow of energy with the Six of Pentacles, I think is really great for any relationship. We would want that in a friendship. We would want that with coworkers. And I think it makes it easier in a romantic relationship if we have this as well, because it's not just them supporting you. It's kind of like an energy of like, then it makes you want to support them as well. So it's definitely like this cyclical kind of thing where you feel inspired to, they bought ice cream, you're going to buy coffee kind of thing. Because I do feel like now that we're kind of reading your cards here, that you want to give them back that energy that they're giving to you. And what should you do about it? We have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is a card about taking a moment, taking a break, not overthinking things. So just kind of like allowing information to come in, allowing, but it's more than information here. It's more of like that flow of energy, just allowing it, not getting out of your own way. It doesn't have to be crazy. So many times I see people who are in like these relationships and they're so dramatic and toxic, and that isn't this at all. This is very like, especially with the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, like ebb and flow of energy where they don't want to make you feel bad at all, and you don't overthink it, just go with the flow is what's going on here, of what you should do about it. And then what are the romantic possibilities? Romantic possibilities here. What do we get with the romantic possibilities? Because I think the Two of Cups already says a lot. So we get the Two of Swords. Interesting, we get another two here. Two of Swords usually is a choice. And I think it's here because, and I think it's interesting that we get it with the Justice, just because the typical cards for these, the Justice has a blindfold on, the Two of Swords has a blindfold on. I think that if you're not sure who this person is, that as soon as you like open your eyes to possibilities, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, that was there all along. How did I not see that? How did I not know that? How did I not, how is it not, how did I miss this? Because I feel like it is like big. Now the Two of Swords also talks about choices, and when we have a card about what are the romantic possibilities, it's all about your choices. It's all about who you choose and what you make of it and how you want it to go. I feel like the foundation here is beautiful and it's wonderful and very supportive if you choose it. And again, like, don't overthink it, just flow with it and it will unfold for you. This person though, they definitely think very highly of you. You know, and for some of you, this might be a work situation where you work with them and you just don't see it beyond that. Maybe right now. It could progress into that, but again, don't overthink it, don't force it. And some of you are just like, you know, I cannot disrupt this friendship, or the way that the situation is unfolding, I know we would be wonderful together. This could be just your person who got away, the one who got away, and that you guys made different choices, and it would have been wonderful and beautiful to be together, but it just didn't work out that way. Okay, so it's any way we look at this person really cares about you a lot. They want to be in your life. They want to support you. They want to be in your energy field. They want to share their heart, their hopes and dreams with you. And the possibilities are basically endless because it's what you choose. It's up to you. It's all you. It's all your choice. The Two of Swords. All you have to do is take off the blindfold and open your eyes to the possibilities. that you have before you. So that's what I have for you, group 2. Hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3. We have a reindeer, we have this beautiful deck that we're working with, and we're going to be talking about who wants to be your not-so-secret Santa. So who has a crush on you is the first question. Wow, we get the 2 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this is great because we always want the 2 of Cups in a love reading. I feel like this is somebody that you're already in a partnership with, or you have been before in the past. Somebody who, like, they definitely, this person sees you as their partner. They see you as they see you as a romantic partner. So they definitely have all the feels here. There's somebody who wants to work with you now, whether that is, you know, you've met them before in school, somebody from your past, and that way we'll get some more cards to kind of flesh that out, or somebody that you work with, or, you know, just the person you're in a relationship with has a crush on you. That's how I would read this, like your partner has a crush on you. How will they act around you? How will this person act around you? Okay. We get a couple of things here. We get the 8 of Swords, we get the 3 of Cups, we get the 3 of Swords. Okay, they may not be in your life anymore because of some jealousy, is what I'm seeing. The 3 of Cups is like a great card, except for when we get it with the 3 of Swords. I would see almost like a third person situation, where they're either jealous of another person around you or they're flirty around other people, and that does not look good. So that might be pointing to this is somebody who is still not over you, that they messed some things up here. And when we got the 8 of Swords too, and we're talking about relationships, so 8 of Swords, you're kind of blind to the situation that you're in. A lot of times it's like this victim mentality, but it could be that they have done some things that they're like, what? That's not a big deal. I don't understand why you're mad about that. Or they're tone deaf to you being upset about something. So as good as I feel when we get the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Swords is not the card we want in a love reading. So this is a complex person, and they might be very narcissistic, who they see you in one way, but they treat you in another, because this is how they act around you. They might have, if this is somebody you haven't been in a relationship with before, they might try to be making you jealous for some reason. They might think that that's the only way that they can get you, or to show you that they can be in relationships with other people. And either way, there is some toxicity around this. It kind of reminds me of, and this used to happen when I was a kid, when you would be in kindergarten or 3rd grade or whatever, and you're playing, and then a boy came up and hit you, and then you tell adults about it, and then they're like, and I tell, this is how toxic it is. They're like, oh, he must like you. I have totally talked to my kids at length about that, because there is some truth to that, where somebody hurts you because they don't know how to express their own feelings, and that's what it looks like here with this 8 of Swords. They don't know how to express their own feelings. They don't know how to handle what they're feeling, and so the result of that is that they act out in a way that actually is harmful and hurtful to you. The way that it used to kind of like manifest in my day was like, oh, okay, he likes me. That must be okay. And it is not okay. It is not okay. This person needs to, if this is their ideal, they need to figure out how to deal with their emotions. Or if they hurt you, if they harmed you, if they're jealous, or if they cheated on you, there needs to be a recognition of it. Ooh. I'm not reading cards upside down, but this came out upside down with the sun. I'm going to pull another card here, but I'm going to put this over here. We're getting a lot more information than we really wanted to. But if they're in this Eight of Swords energy, like they just don't know how to be happy, is what I'm seeing with that Sun card. And what will they do about this? What will they do about this crush that they have on you, or this lingering? It looks like they want to get some maturity around this. When we have the Queen of Cups, they want to shower you with affection. This may be some love bombing though, when I have these other cards down here below, so be careful about that. Now, love bombing would be when they just are like overly or overtly tell you, I mean, who doesn't want to be love bombed, right? But it's for a very manipulative reason, because they think, I just don't see them as really understanding what to do. And maybe they're attractive and maybe they're really cute and you're like, oh, I kind of like them too, but they've got some emotional issues and some emotional baggage that they need to deal with, my dear. I'm sorry. How will you recognize them? How will you recognize them? Ooh, Five of Swords. Okay, so the reason I said ooh, and we get the Five of Swords, I mean, look at these people. They're people who are trying to work together and they're just not. And we have somebody who is being kind of very aggressive and taking everything over and is hurting the feelings of the other people in the room. Five of Swords is typically kind of like, you know, you win the battle, but you lose the war, because they may take things like overly competitive, or they may, like an argument kind of thing that you have, and they may just like to win the argument, not care about your feelings. So kind of goes back to that, what I was saying about that energy at the playground, where like somebody hits you and people are like, oh, they must like you. No, that's toxic. You will recognize them because of their combative nature towards you. They're a little bit aggressive. They might think of them, so they might use the term alpha. They might, sorry. They might think that they need to step up and be the one in charge without, which, you know, whatever, you structure your relationship anyway. But if they think that they wear the pants in the relationship and then totally disregard your feelings, that's a problem. So that's how you'll recognize them, and what should you do about it. Whew. Yeah, Queen of Wands. I love this. Queen of Wands, I think this is how they see you as well too, because, well, in part, I don't think that they understand how strong you are, but the Queen of Wands is like the most probably attractive card. They see you as very attractive and very sexy and sensual, and that's great, but be that for yourself and be like, see you later, I have a dragon. The only other queen or suit here that would be comparable to kind of like the Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands would be a little bit more caring than the Queen of Swords, so I feel like she's a little bit more tactful. The Queen of Swords would just be like, nope, get lost here. But this might be somebody that you do care about. You just can't be, I mean, I think that a relationship with them would be very dramatic. I think there'd be a lot of drama. I think there'd be passion, makeup sex for sure, but is it really what you need? And you know, you can have that and get all, you don't have to be emotionally charged all of the time, where I think the Queen of Wands is, you know, in control of her passions. She's not throwing plates at people. She's not, you know, she knows her worth, and she's better than that. So you should see your worth. And the romantic possibilities here, this romance What do we have? We've got the King of Pentacles. I just, I'm reading all of the cards upright, but this really tells me that we've got like kind of like the shadow self here with the King of Pentacles. Usually I love the King of Pentacles, right? He's somebody who steps up, he takes control. But when we have somebody who doesn't have the emotional capabilities of taking control, when we have somebody who doesn't take your feelings into consideration, we have all the cards around it. This King of Pentacles looks to be like very narcissistic. Look at him holding up the cake and drinking the wine, and he's like, yes, I'm the one who's in charge. And I just really feel like the romantic possibilities here is this person being very kind of like overbearing with you. They don't understand that they are, but they probably will tell you what to wear. They'll tell you how, who your friends can be, who you can talk to. And they could be very jealous over what you're doing and who you're talking to whilst they're cheating on you. So I'm sorry, group 3. I mean, I do feel like there's definitely, there's definitely some caring here. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the 3 of Swords, but you don't have to show how hurt you are to show that you care about somebody, and you definitely deserve better. So if this resonates when I was talking here, stand in your power. You deserve better. So love you. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thanks for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, a group of 4. We have a gift for you. If you chose the gift, this is the right place. Let's talk about who wants to be your not-so-secret Santa. And we'll start off with who has a crush on you. So group 4, who has a crush on group 4? And we get, the Devil. So this is not necessarily bad, so stay with me here. This could be somebody who is just not, maybe a little bit counterculture. So they could be goth. I mean, it depends on how you grew up and how, they present themselves. Because if you're a city person, they could be somebody from a farm or a small town or something like that. So there's a little bit of that. There's also a little bit of, they might have an addictive personality. They might be very, usually somebody who would, I'd pull this card for is very physically attractive, very sensual, very sexual, very, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have a sex addiction. We'd have to read more cards for that, or you'd have to suspect that if this came out. But, usually the Devil is about attachments or addictions, but it can also be kind of like that shadow self, that shadow side. So that's why I was giving you that kind of like vibe of almost opposites attract here. They, kind of almost like a dark and brooding kind of energy. A Scorpio, an Aries. But let's pull some more cards to get some more information about this person. Now, for some of you, it may be somebody who is not treating you very well, and they're kind of a jerk, and you're like, what the heck? What did I do to them? And this kind of came out in another reading where they don't understand what to do with their emotions, so it comes out in a very kind of juvenile way. How many romance novels are kind of built on that? I mean, just because it's romantic and just because, 50 Shades of Grey, because this kind of gives a lot of 50 Shades of Grey kind of vibe, just because it's romantic doesn't necessarily mean it's the best relationship for you. But, I digress. You do you. How will they act around you? Wow. So we get the World. They might act like there's always in transitions, there's always changes. They may act like they have been through a lot. The World has kind of like, it's at the end of the major arcana. It's a card where it's somebody who has progressed and they are graduating to that next level. They might act like they're always like leveling up, like they're you know, with the Devil here, I'm getting the feeling of like they're too cool for school kind of vibe. Like they're like always moving on from this situation to the next. Like it's not necessarily good enough for them. And again, I just feel like there's an insecurity underneath, that they have to show that they've been through things, or that they've done things, or that they have the scars to show it, kind of thing. And maybe there's something about you that kind of puts them off, where they feel like they need to level up. But I'm not sure it always comes across as like that. You know, I'm so getting that. Unfortunately, I read those books, the 50 Shades of Grey vibe from this, that whole like romance novel, because they heard that this is how they need to act, or this is, no, I'm reading that from a perspective that this is a male, because there is a lot of masculine energy here. But you know, if you're inquiring about a female having a crush on you, then somebody could be a little bit toxic, or come across as toxic, or they have this idea that this is how they're supposed to act. And because I do feel like there's a little bit of insecurity here. And what will they do about this? The Empress. So this is interesting. Look at all major arcana cards here to begin with. The Empress is somebody who is very abundant. I think once they get it together, they will make a proposal to you like, hey, you know, I can get this for you, or I can do this for you, or I can make this for you, or we can go out and do this, or I can pay for things. The Empress is somebody who's very caring and loving. So that's why I said that's interesting that she comes out. She's very, your person is very, like, again, I do feel like there's an insecurity here, so it might be a little bit overcompensating, and you're like, hey, you know, I just want to do something simple, and then they're very extravagant. They at some point will, I think, propose to you that they have all of these things for you, that they have like this abundance that they can provide to you and give to you. How will you recognize them? So this will give us another clue into them. Wow, Six of Pentacles. This came out for another one, the Six of Pentacles. So they, like the initial, from them, like I said, they kind of like have that dark and brooding side, and I just feel like getting underneath that and seeing who they are, then they can be very generous. This is a card where, you know, if you have money, you give money. If you get money, you know, it's at some point you'll give money. It's a very kind of reciprocal card. There with the Empress here, you know, she's about abundance and really a lot of love. So I do feel like your person does care about you, even if initially you think that they didn't. Or initially you thought, oh, they're kind of like standoffish or kind of a jerk. I'm not sure that they know how to process their feelings about you, but they do, with the Six of Pentacles, there's an element of money here. There's an element of taking care of others. There's an element like your initial impression of them was one thing, and then you find out, oh wow, you know, this person, like, they work for this charity, or they do these things, or they really care about these other things, and they didn't need to put on this front for me, but it feels like the reason that they're doing that is they hold you in high esteem, and they want to give you things, and they probably don't know how to process emotions. what should you do about it? So what should you do about it, group 4? And we've got the Page of Wands. I feel like the Page of Wands is fun. The Page of Wands is fresh. The Page of Wands is like this passion. And if there is like an attraction for them and you're just kind of like turned off about the initial kind of like, you know, that the initial impression of them, the Page of Wands is like, let's give it a chance. Let's see where this goes. This is fresh. This is new. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be, you know, but we can let our passions run wild a little bit. We can explore. The Page of Wands is exploring. The Page of Wands is moving towards their passions, especially if they find an attraction here. So if you do discover that there's an attraction here, figure it out, move towards it. And then the romantic possibilities here. Okay, whoa. 9 of Cups is a wish card. Like there's some possibilities here. This dark and brooding, it seems like you find that hot, you find that attractive. So there definitely might need to be some conversations had if they're like, you know, if you that initial look at them, it was like, oh, you know, you know, and it turned, because everything else kind of turns out to be a little bit different than they initially represented themselves. Like that, the whole dark and brooding thing. I'm getting like a Mr. Darcy kind of vibe here from Pride and Prejudice. You know, that they meet each other and they both kind of you know, they're both kind of have their guard up and they don't know how to react. And even though, you know, one finds the other attractive, they each find each other attractive, but they're not sure that the other does. And so then they're very guarded. So there's this like guarded nature about it, but it feels like it could really flow through if you give it a shot, if you give it a chance. If underneath the hard exterior, or this exterior of somebody who doesn't seem to have anything in common with you, like underneath it's like, oh, you know, I'm very passionate about those same things, or those are issues that are really important to me, or I, you know, love exploring these kinds of things in my life, or I'm a painter, or I'm in poetry and they have the same thing, or you know, they're into gaming and so are you. I think that there's a lot to uncover here once we get over the initial like, oh, you know, this might not, you know, the initial like, that's not really what I'm attracted to, or this person isn't my type, and then it turns to like, wow, this is maybe exactly what I need. With the 9 of Cups. Now, Cups is an energy, you know, we want to see Cups cards, we want to see Wands cards for that matter in relationships readings, because that shows me that there's passion here, that shows me that there's emotion here, that there's an attachment here. The Devil card I don't think is always negative. It just depends on the question that comes up. And you know, you definitely want to listen to your friends and family around somebody, but like the initial reflex to this person, like your friends and family may not, like they might be a different religion from you for some reason. And they're like, or, you know, they have a tattoo and your grandmother doesn't like tattoos, and that's her initial kind of reaction to this person. But once they get to know them, they're like, well, wait a second, this could actually be very, like this could be a great person for you to have a relationship with, or this has a lot of potential here with the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is kind of, you know, it's at the end of a road of discovery, really, of your emotions and figuring out exactly what it is that you want. And this might be just that you didn't realize that this was exactly who you needed when you started. You didn't know you needed this passion, or, you know, devils, like I said, it can talk about addiction, but it could be like an addiction to exercise. When somebody is like so into exercise, or so into maybe market, you know, trading the market, or so into, you know, dogs or something, like they definitely have like this passion that they seem super, super into and super attached to. And at first you're like, oh, you know, I'm not sure about that, but they see you as part of their world, and they're willing to like bring you into it. And it might just be exactly what you need when we've got these two cards. So that's what I have for you, group 4. I hope this is helpful, and let me know what that is that initially kind of turned you off from your person, but now you're discovering like, wow, that is actually pretty interesting, or I actually am really into that. So thank you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.